Yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Friday. And if you don't know anything else on this Friday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Yes, give it to him, brother. Give it to him. You giving them hands?
Good morning, y'all. How y'all
Yes.
doing?
Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody this morning? I'm hoping it's a great morning. It is a blessed morning. My brother and I are coming off of a high of last night. We had a broadcast. And so, so we might be a little crunk this morning just
Yeah.
because it was a successful broadcast. It was a good one. And it was all about Black love, Black queer love. It was
Mm.
all about that. And so, yeah, it was good. It was good. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, our topic this morning is get out, right? Get out. We're going to discuss what that means. Jordan Peele made a movie, and it was about get out, right? The topic, the name of the movie was Get Out, but the way the movie was constructed was that you were basically in um, the sunken place. You were basically in the matrix. You were basically in something, and the movie was get out. You needed to get out. But a lot of us have blinders on, and we don't really know that we're in this place because it's the normal. It's what happens all the time. And we can attest that to what happened with George Floyd, so forth and so on. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. So y'all get ready. Make sure y'all got your questions and stuff, because I'm sure that brother's gonna be fire with this going on this morning. And it's about get out. Get out. Where you going? Get out. Get out.
Get up
Okay.
right now.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. So let's make sure that we are good. Everybody is in. Y'all coming in. Y'all got it. All right. All right. All right. I had to check my screens. Look, like I have a lot of them. I had to check my screens and make sure I was good. What you say, brother?
Get up. That's what I said, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Also, before while my brother is doing all of that, you guys,
Yeah.
as you all are watching, soon as we get out off of here, go to YouTube. I'm gonna type the thing in the live comments. I think I can.
Yeah.
And yeah, go to YouTube, Grinder, and Global Black Gay Men Connect is going live on Into More on YouTube with the Black Gay Global Black Gay Pride. So yeah, you might see a familiar face or
Come
two.
on, wait. Did you say something about grinder up in that mug? Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a panel for Glad and Moby. We
Come
give
on.
God praise.
Come on. You better sit on panels. You better sit on panels. Is that what they do?
And
Yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you all go and check it out. Make sure you share, like, and then head on over after we're done with the broadcast and make sure that we are good. I was trying to make sure that we had everybody. Um, I had a little message where they told me that I don't alert anymore. So I said, hold on, let me make sure I got everybody. I'm gonna take a little moment, make sure I pull everybody in, make sure we good, and then there we go. All right, I think I'm there, brother. I think I'm there. All right, let's get this show started. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what we like to do. It's a Fire Friday. We're gonna take a topic and we're gonna throw it in the middle of the table. But before we do that, and we start the discussion and get all groovy and good and all that, what we're gonna do is gonna take a moment and acknowledge that our breath is important. We're gonna take a moment while we're trying to figure out how to get out, while we're trying to figure out what we're doing. We're gonna take a moment and just acknowledge that our breath is important. So on this first breath, I'm going to take it with you all, but I'm going to count it out. And I'm going to make sure that we are good with that. And then the second one I won't count, the third one I won't count, but you know how it goes. On that third one, I want you to make some noise. That's it. All right, so shake it out, ladies and gentlemen. Focused on where you're at right now. It's Friday before the weekend. And on the count of three, I'm going to take the deep breath. We're going to take it, and then we're going to go through. Y'all ready? I think I heard you say that you were ready. So if you're ready, then let's go. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I had kind of not counted in the beginning. I was lost. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to go ahead and take that second breath, and we're going to make sure that we are good. And I'm not counting this time, but I will go through the hand movements like I normally do. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And out. All right, y'all. All right, we're on our way. We're on our way. We're on that last one. On that last one. Now, remember, on this last one, ladies and gentlemen, we like to make sure that we make some noise. Take whatever that issue, problem, concern, or even if you're just happy. Like my brother was this morning. You saw him. He was doing the dance. He was giving hands. Even if you're happy, you acknowledge that, and then you blow that out. Come on, give it to the universe. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And out. Yes, indeed. Y'all make sure that you're in the mornings, you're in that moment, you're getting it good, you're getting it great, you're getting it. Look, make some noise with it. Now, we're not responsible, as I said before. So before y'all start hitting our inbox and DMs and telling us that we got y'all fired, that's not our responsibility. I told you. I told you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how we like to move. We like to groove, and we like to get it. So let's go. Let's go. Y'all ready? I heard you say you was ready. It's Friday. Sit it da 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 da. Sit it da 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 da. Do da da do do da do do da do do da do do da do da do T2P. Check us out. T2P. Check us out. Soon da do do da do do da do do da do do da do da do. Check us out. Check us out. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it.
Okay.
Check it. 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 Check it.
Okay. All right. Get the energy today, baby.
Yes, come on, give me some. I just want just a little bit. Can I have just a
Yeah.
little? Just a little. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for tuning in. Good morning, Aurelia. Good morning, Arthur, Anthony, Willie. Good morning to everybody that's tuning in. Good, good. Do go ahead and check the comments. Ian has put in the link for the YouTube. So go ahead and get into that, because it's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving in a direction to where we're having these conversations, and we are understanding what it takes to be, what it is to be, and where we are right now. And I think all of this is great, is good. So, brother, if you would take a moment and talk about what happened last night, and then talk about what's going to happen today, right? Because I think it's important for us to shed some light on this, because these are some great conversations, panelists, couples, and all that good stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you to the founder and leader of Thought to Ponder, Titan Capri, who's also a wonderful asset to the Normal Anomaly Initiative, along with Kimberly Thomas,
Yeah.
who we know as Kimmy Doll.
Doll.
We hosted a wonderful conversation on Black queer love
Yeah.
with the Anderson Colemans, the Havards,
Yeah,
and
you're gonna say
Ash
it
and
right.
Court. Yes, and Ash and Court last night. It was
Yeah.
amazing. It's on the Normal Anomalies. It's pinned to the top. It's on the Normal Anomalies Facebook page and on their YouTube channel, which was just created. So we don't have any subscribers. Go subscribe. Okay. And then finally, today, Grinder in collaboration with Global Black Gay Men Connect is doing a global Black Gay Pride virtually. It's a riot. And
Mhm.
so the Grand Marshal is, I think his name is Kalen Marshall.
Mhm.
I know him from Ellen. Okay, so Ellen, the guy from Ellen, is going to be like the virtual Grand Marshal, and Billy Porter is going to be a featured speaker, along with some other cute names that will be featured, like Daniel Downer, Deshaun Usher, Richard
Mhm.
Hutchinson, Gabriel Maldonado, and this little boy from Lamar, Texas City, Texas, who lives in Houston, named Ian Haddock. So excited about it. I don't know what time our particular segment comes on, but rest assured I'll be sharing it, and I put the link into the comments.
Yes, indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see we got some good stuff going on. I want to give kudos to Ian for being out there, being on the front line. Shoot, I don't know what's happening now. Ian popping up everywhere. He like you know how you used to go to, not saying this what he is, but how you used to go to like these little places, Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. He used to have a little whack-a-mole. Like they pop up every they popping up everywhere. And I said, if Ian pop up one more place, but no, we give God favor.
Ah,
Good grace, yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, today our topic is Get Out. The reason why we chose this topic this week is because oftentimes it seems like we are in a movie. Oftentimes it seems like this is not real. Like we see what's happening, you know, George Floyd. We see what's happening with Breonna Taylor. We see what's happening, and the list goes on and on and on. But we see what happens, you know, see what's happening with our trans women and our trans lives, and you sometimes think to yourself, like, I got to get out. Like I must be in a dream. I must be trapped somewhere between the real and the fake, or the here and the beyond, or the up and the down, or the heaven or the hell, or like, brother, what you think? Where are we? Why do we need to get out?
you know, before we get out, I think we got to get in. Amen. No, this past, what was that, Tuesday was Blackout Day. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? But one day this week, it was Blackout Day. Yeah. And we were supposed to, not buy anything, or if you bought anything, buy from Black owned businesses. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and we had some playful and serious banter at the same time around Black owned businesses and what that looks like to support it. But I think that we really have to hit them where it hurts them.
Mhm.
And um, in a capitalistic environment, you got to hit them in the pockets. And
Mm.
so, for that reason, I think that first we got to get in. We got to mobilize and continue to create, and to not criticize movements. I want to openly apologize to some of the critiques I've given to movements like Black Lives Matter and the sort, regarding like the intersection of LGBT issues and things like that. And the reason why I want to do that apology is Don Lemon did an interview with what's the coon's name? Muscle Body. Terry Crews.
Terry
Is that his
Crews.
name? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I,
Why did I think you said coon?
I did say coon.
Oh, I thought you said Cruz.
No, I said Terry Coon.
I got
Uh, but anyway, um, he did an interview and he said that, these movements are founded on particular principles. I can't get my hat right. These movements are founded on particular principles. Black Lives Matter was created out of the police brutality, right? And
Mhm.
so there is a need for them to have their focus. In the same way, the normal anomaly is created um, to magnify the voices of Black and Brown, specifically Black more than more often than not, LGBTQ people. It's supposed to be a platform that we do digital storytelling and different initiatives, consultations, and collaborations that
Mhm.
uplift Black LGBT people. And so, thank you, Ronald. Thank you. And what I came to understand with that is, um, if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, we want to do this initiative for Asian Americans for Asian American Heritage Day," I can do it with you, but the normal anomaly can't, right? And
Right,
it's not that I'm not open to collaborations and conversations about that, but that's not what this was founded on, right?
right,
And so
right,
I think it's a conversation. What I really appreciated about the conversation with Don Lemon is the output was create what you're looking for, right?
right,
Create what you are looking for. So if something is missing, and something will always be missing, create what you were looking for. And so, in terms of how do we get out, the first thing is to get in. And then, second of all, the output is to create what is necessary.
right,
Um, and
right.
don't spend a lot of time. I know you have a pure platform, so I won't curse too much. But don't spend a lot of time BSing and being about.
You want to say the word? Say the word. Come on, it's Fire Friday. Say the word.
Don't spend a lot of time bullshitting and bitching when you have the potential and the capacity to create the change necessary for us to continue to mobilize.
Right, right. And I think it's true to form, um, because a lot of times I'm not going to be sugar coated or anything. A lot of times, sometimes I have to take what Don Lemon says with a little grain of salt sometimes because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes Don Lemon go off on the deep, and I'll be like, okay, Don, hold on, hold on, hold on. Like not everybody's like that, but as Ronald just said, Don Lemon spoke a word, right? Right there, it made sense. Um, of course, Terry Crews wasn't listening, right? Because Terry Crews believes that Terry Crews is away from all of this, right? He believes that he's in a position, and this is what gets me sometimes with like community leaders and things like that. They're in a position to make it known, like to make you know it, right? To pay it. And they don't do it because they believe that it doesn't affect them. And I'm not going to lie to you. Most of the time, we don't ever say anything about something until it truly affects us. When it hits home, when it really comes at us, then all of a sudden we're like, oh, okay, we got to mobilize, we got to do, we got to have. But those that are in the fight all the time take offense to what Terry Crews is saying because you're like, okay, Terry, you're jumping in and you're jumping out, right? And I'm not anything against Terry Crews. I don't hate him. I don't have like that. But you're married to it. You understand what I'm saying? So there's another type of rose-colored glasses that you put on when you start talking about this. But he's been problematic with stuff like this before.
Let me tell you, I knew something. I did used to be attracted to that medium ugly man.
And rightfully
Um,
so. Rightfully
because
so.
he always was, playing very sexualized characters. But what I will say about Terry Crews is I knew something was wrong with him after watching him for so many times on Everybody Hates Chris, and how uncomfortable he looked next to Tashina Arnold. But
Yeah.
then in White Chicks, I was like, this is like an award-winning performance. But that's because he was acting like himself. He legitimately everything. Y'all go watch White Chicks. It's one of my favorite movies. Go watch White Chicks. Literally, who Terry Crews is presenting himself more recently over the last year or two. Terry Crews literally played that character in White Chicks.
Exactly. Exactly. I do know I'm gonna shift gears a little bit, but I was in the military for 8 years, and I'm around, like you said, um, Asians. Well, let me not say that because I don't. I was around Chinese and Japanese. I just don't want to bubble them into Asians, but I guess sort of be in um, whites, blacks, all of that. And I really don't even like, but that's what the reality is. But what was funny was that when this stuff started happening, and a lot of them are friends of mine, and probably a lot of them are on here this morning watching. We started talking about what it meant, and I kept getting, but Titan, you're not like them. But Titan, you're not like them. And so, and I was telling them, I say, okay, y'all, this is like a movie. Like I'm standing here, right? I'm standing here like old boy in Get Out. He was taking pictures, and he was like, wait, you don't remember me? And the guy was like, oh no, I was out playing golf and doing this and doing that. And the reality of it was, even though he was in the midst and he had been, his conscience had been shifted or placed into this this body, he still stood out. He still was not the norm. He still was not that. They were looking at you as if you are something else. So in order for them to assimilate you into their space or their place, they had to put a white brain or a white conscience in your head, right? And so if you look at the movie Get Out, like the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, da da da. But then around the fifth time I looked at it, because I did look at it like 5 times, because there were so many things that he was dropping in the movie that you didn't get. But if you look at that part right there, in order for me to fit in and be good for you, you had to put a white conscience, a white brain in my head in order for me to act right and to be right. I may look black, right? Terry Crews. I may look black, right, or be black, but I'm acting in a way that's watered down enough or docile enough for them, right? Because we only can act one way. We can only be savages and do that. But if you look at them at that party, there was the guy that the new guy that came in, and the one that they had kidnapped off the street, right, and put a white conscience in. They were the only two black people there. And he even went over to the Asian, and that's why I said Asian. He went over to the Asian guy and tried to tell him, like, hey, you know what's going on like that. And the Asian guy was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because he was a part of the system as well. So it's kind of like, y'all gotta, we have to really stop that. So I told my battle buddies, which I don't even know if I can call them battle buddies anymore, like, that's BS. As my brother said, that's bullshit. I'm still black. I'm still black, regardless if you think that this and that. But what is it in that tells society, that our world, that we are so different in that? What do you think?
Well,
What do you think is the ground, the underlying thing for them to constantly want to wipe us out, put us away, make us act right? Black is not right. What do you think that is? What do you think that is?
well, first, I think that there has been, as much as we have had to deal with the centuries of being enslaved and the centuries of being underrepresented and underprivileged as Black people, there is there is trauma that comes from our side, but I also think that it's important to think about what that perspective gives for white people. So we know that they are genetically racist, right?
Mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm,
like when, because of the lineage of you know, being white or white passing or whatever that looks like, you are genetically comfortable. That the trauma that we feel, they feel the opposite. So you have to actually work to be anti-racist, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So we already know that part, but the other piece to that is, so their memory and the conversations in their history, I can only imagine that that conversation is around us being savages and being in the
mm-hmm,
field and being strong and being,
mm-hmm,
you know, gorillas and animals, and you know, because that's how their ancestors treated us, right?
mm-hmm,
And so
mm-hmm.
when they see someone who is quote unquote not like the rest of them, that speaks to their racism,
Yeah.
first of all.
Mm-hmm,
Second of all, I think it speaks to the fact that there's a belief that um, because we were treated as one thing, that now we are monoliths, or
Right.
a monolith, right?
Right.
That we only come in certain shades, do certain things, and have certain ways. And the reality is, when I hear that, the third thing I think about is is all the reason why it's racist, because I want to go back to why it's racist to say you're not like them.
Mm.
Because what you're saying is you're a house nigga, right? You're saying you're a house nigga. You're saying that
That
you are
part.
good enough. You are good enough to be in the house cooking our meals, being around us, but still not really looked at as equal, even if we have the same, or sometimes they have even an inferior position and don't see you as equal or a standard. And so, but I think the work is right. You
Yeah,
have
I
to
had
put
to
on
put
your
my
glasses.
glasses on.
I think where the work begins, though, is understanding that, you know, I believe as the generations go on, we are seeing more and more progression and progressives, and more allies to this movement that that see themselves as anti-racist and are doing the necessary work. Um, I still think that there should be conversations. Most of the black leaders that I follow, and I listen to, because this type of activism is very new to me, and I don't on any side prescribe or subscribe, rather, that I am an expert in this type of activism. I do what I do in my little niche, and I sit there and I do what I do. But I also follow people that do this on a bigger level in different spaces, and they would argue that we don't need to teach allyship, and we don't need to teach how to be an accomplice. That there's a lot of information. There is a lot of information. There's a lot to do. But I do think that we, need to continue to have conversations, very transparent conversations,
Right.
both as a people, a black people, around this this issue, but also have conversations with white people who really want to do the work, on how to be, like best practices in this work.
Right. Right. I think so. So then that brings to, so I mentioned to you before about a video that was making its rounds and went viral of a group of five people, four Caucasian, one black, that went for a hike in the woods. And these three Caucasian men attacked the group, but took only the black guy. And
Hmm.
they were going to, quote unquote, right, allegedly what they said was they were going to string him up. They had him at a tree, and they were going to string him up and lynch him. And everybody was going in about the four people. They were going back and forth. But when I watched the video, I was saying to myself, I don't know. I can tell you what was going to kick in, but it seemed like it was too normal. Like it was really, really normal. They literally took the guy, and the only person they were fighting with was the black guy.
Hmm.
And so I wonder, and this is partly to him. I wonder at that moment, did he understand get out? I was saying in my mind as I was watching it and they were coming back and arguing with them, I was like, why are you still standing there? Like, why you not gone? You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't fighting. He wasn't, going. And I don't know what his background was, but I just know that yeah, I would have been much more upset and crazy at somebody trying to snatch me from a group of people and string me up. But I don't know what that was. But the Caucasian people, as the video turns and they're leaving, because finally the three guys, it garnered such a crowd that the three guys kind of like let it go or whatever have you. But I was like, okay, number one, they were bold as hell to run up on y'all like that, which I don't know why they felt they could do that, but You're out there in the woods, in the backwoods. And see, and another thing too, remember in the movie Get Out, the guy that was working, Lil Rel, I think that's his name was, at the airport. He said, I told you don't go out there. They take people out there and they disappearing. So I really want to know, now not want to know, but I just want to take a moment in that guy's life for now, because what he probably thought is that he was good. He's with his friends. He's out there. He's no different than them. They're hiking. They're having a good time. And then these three guys come out of the woodwork and only go after him. And I wonder what type of night or day or evening did he have after that, thinking to himself, "Oh, like damn. So I'm really not safe. Like I'm really not safe." You know what I'm saying? We leave our house every day, go about our jobs and do that. And we don't think in that aspect, because in our world that we live in, right, we're good. But then something like George Floyd happened, something like Breonna Taylor happened, something like, you know, I'm trying to think of
Ahmaud Arbery.
Ahmaud Arbery, like literally like lynching, like they're chasing you down. They are keeping a knee on your neck, like something like that happens. And I'm not saying, ladies and gentlemen, that you all have to go and watch the video, but the video was so telltale because he was holding on to this camera and trying to make sure that they knew that, like, you knew what was happening out there. But I was wondering, what do you think he was thinking at the time when his life was about to be taken from him? Because that's what they say they were going to do. He shouldn't have been out there. He doesn't belong here. Like, why is he doing that? And they called him everything, you know? And yeah.
I'm looking up the term to read to you
Mm-hmm.
because I learned this term a little while ago. It's called cognitive dissonance. It
Mm.
means the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change. Um, People have this um, white adjacency, right? So
Mm-hmm.
even if they aren't light skinned, sometimes they just hang around these particular communities and work in these particular spaces and have these particular type of friends, and all of a sudden they become cognitive dissonant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they no longer connect with the trauma of the people in which they live in. They no longer connect with the reality in which we live in. And, I can't fault people for having a level of cognitive dissonance, right? Because I think that having that space kind of gives you a break, but don't make it a false break, right?
Right.
Because the
Okay.
reality is, if somebody is hunting you as if you're a deer,
Right.
and you not trying to get out of there, then that's an issue. But I also never want to placate or um, make somebody comfortable with the idea of racism needing to be eradicated, right?
Right.
And
Right.
the reality is, though he should have gotten out of there at that time, there needs to be some next steps, because
Yeah.
unfortunately we
Yeah.
can't sit in the space of not being this is quote unquote America. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but it also brings me, in terms of like next steps, it also brings me to a conversation that I want to hear from you about,
Uh-huh.
regarding Christian Cooper. So, you guys, I'm sure y'all been keeping up with Christian Cooper. Christian Cooper was the black bird watcher who posted a video that went viral of a white man calling 911 on him after he asked her to leash her dog in Central Park. So the lady went through pretty much a shitstorm of life. She was fired from her job and things like that. Well, the district attorney uh, made a case against her for calling the police on, without a reason, really. And Christian Cooper has made a decision to not cooperate with the district attorney to try to get charges for this white woman, saying that basically it's going too far. And so I wanted to see, how are you feeling about that, Tyler?
See, this is the kind of, can I be frank? Not Titan right now,
Yeah,
but be frank.
yes,
It's the kind of bullshit that gets on my nerves. If she would have completed that call and the police came out there for you bird watching, whatever it was you were doing, you might not be here today. And for you to not want to cooperate, but what happened was, and I'm sure this is what happened, and I'm gonna say this: me and my brother are out doing something, right? And my brother has a moment to where, and it's happened, a moment to where somebody comes up, and my brother may not be paying attention, and I go in. You understand what I'm saying? I go in. But then once the person that started the mess gets all the backlash, because you should have thought about that before you started what you started. But anyway, get all the backlash. Then my brother says to me, oh, well, even though they were in the wrong, Titan, you had no reason for body slamming them, so nobody know what's wrong with their back. Oh, no, no, that's not how that is. Because that woman's intentions was to harm you. That woman's intent, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. And this is what we talked about before. We talked about when you go to call the police on a black person and you're going to say, it's a black man, it's a black man. What do you think is going to happen? Now, I don't know what
yeah,
Chris' mind is. I don't know what he's thinking right now on that, but that there goes that word, that cognitive dissonance. You are sitting in a space to where you can make some change. Like you said, brother, we got to continue. So now what are you going to do? You don't want her to get any repercussions for what she did or she could have done. And our black bodies are dying in the street for less than what she did.
you know, what pisses me off about the damn situation is this whole. I mean, this woman was about to call the cops on you because you were telling her to do something right. And now you don't want to cooperate with the cops for her doing that to you. You know what I mean? And the reality is, I am anti-police. Defund the police. Okay. Police don't protect black people. They don't protect Latinx people, especially immigrants and queer people and trans bodies and stuff. They don't protect nothing. We don't need to lose them completely, but defund their ass. But anyway, the point in saying that is, but if that's the system, in which they're going to use against you, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Use that system against them? And I think because I struggled with this before, right? I didn't get this radical until now. I was in my bubble, my little black gay bubble. I hung with only black queer people.
Yes.
I talked to only black queer people. I went to only black queer spaces. But now, as things bud and blossom and, COVID and Black Lives Matter and deaths all over, things begin to expand and your eyes get bigger and the rose-colored glasses come off. I remember when Botham Jean's brother wanted to give a hug to the lady. I'm trying to find nice words. The lady, and the judge let him. And I really, honestly, at that time, did not see the problem. I'm just like, forgiveness is about you. Watch the Oprah video and blah 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 blah. But then I realized something. You can't heal from you can't heal with the person that gave you the trauma.
Okay. Okay. Look.
Forgiveness does not. I gotta try to find this real quick. Um, but forgiveness does not mean be stupid. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Like. Like
it,
you have I'm gonna say this real quick, brother. So what happened was her justice came swift and fast. Like her
yeah,
justice rained down on her something heavy, and she was not expecting it. Christian was not expecting it. Hell, none of us was expecting it. But she got what she deserved. Because here's my thing: when you premeditate something, when you sit here and say that I'm going to call the police and say that it's a black guy, what are you insinuating? You already know what's going to happen. And Christian, if you listen, if you ever see this or whatever have you, bruh, take a step back. Because if she'd have got through, if she'd have not damn near killed her own dog trying to dial 911, she'd have got you. They'd have got you. They'd have showed up and showed out on you. And I guarantee you she wouldn't have backed down when it came time for her to file the charges. I guarantee you that.
let, let me tell you this. Let
Let
me
us
tell you
know.
this. Talk to spirit. My my virtual psychologist.
Yes.
She said, contrary to, I'm reading this whole thing because y'all need to hear this.
Okay.
Contrary to popular opinion, you are not required to accept somebody's apology just because they offer it to you. The expression of regret or remorse is theirs to express. You're
Yeah.
choosing if, how, and even when to respond to that expression is entirely up to you. People often say that forgiveness is for you and not the other person, but the real deal is that your healing is for you and not for anyone else. That doesn't require you to forgive, forget, or in any way excuse the wounds that someone else has scarred you with. Healing is a journey that requires processing, acceptance, and a sense of peace about an experience. It does not require engagement, confrontation, conversation, and most importantly, it does not require you to accept somebody's apology just because they choose to give it. Period.
That's what I'm saying. Like people always talking about, oh, this and oh, that, oh, and forgive me. Everybody apologize. Everybody apologize because the reality of it is you knew what you were doing in the beginning. This is the point that I want to make across the board. Your
Yeah.
intention was to cause me harm. Your intention was to show me, put me in my place. And so for Christian to not want to go through with the charges because now they're dragging her, doing her this, that's what she deserves. You do the crime, you do the time. I don't get to sit here and take your apology and be like, oh, kumbaya. No, 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 no. You get what you deserve. You know what? I forgive, but I don't forget. I forgive whatever it is that you may want to say, however you want to put it. You want to put it on a stack of Bibles and do all of that, you do that. But in this house, the God that we serve, you know what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She better be
Yeah.
glad I didn't call Pookie in them and had them roll over. That's what she better be glad. That was better be glad of. I didn't hear that, brother, but I don't believe he cannot be. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna bring this right around real quick, brother. I'm gonna bring this right around real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you did
Mm-hmm.
the article, and you talked about this very thing. And remember how I was going through the comments, and I was like, "Oh, brother, they saying this and they that, and they doing this and doing that." But we did not respond to anything with it, and I was over there deleting and taking them out. And then I stopped and I said, "You know what? You know what? People need to see what it is that's going on. I can't keep sugarcoating stuff, like just taking it out. And then once somebody does something to me, I can't sit up here and say, oh, I forgive you. And I'm over here walking around on a ventilator, or I'm in the hospital and 3 days later I die, or you put your knee on the back of my neck in 8 minutes and 46 seconds, I'm dead. Like we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. Christian, my brother, I don't know what it is that you're thinking. I don't know where your head is at. I don't know what's going on, but we gotta stop that. We can't let stuff like this continue to pass. That's why it's still 2020 and shit like this is still happening. That's why we're still here in this. You cannot sit here and tell me that you are not affected or affected by what you've seen just this year period, just 2020. They are out to, now, and I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but you cannot tell me there's not a target on our back. They're snuffing us out like left and right. Like he said, shooting us like we're deer, shooting us like we're turkey for Thanksgiving. Like they are taking us out. And then for us to turn around and say, because I had a real issue, brother, with that Botham John thing, with his brother, his family, and the way that they talked about that. It was like it was already done, right? There's no way. Me and my brother may fight all the time. My biological brother. I love him to death. Me and him may not see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I'd be dang. I'd be dang. I'm sitting in a courtroom and I'm gonna hug the person that killed, murdered my brother. They better be glad we don't tear that courtroom up. They better be glad I don't be like K. Michelle and shake the table. This is pissing me off. I can't believe this man gonna sit up here and he would have been another brother known, another black person on a t-shirt, another black person as a hashtag, another black person that's out of here, and he don't want to go, he don't want to cooperate.
And you know the thing is, you know, it's I don't agree with him, but just looking from his perspective, I mean, he has gotten vindicated on a level that I haven't seen before, right? And so I can understand him personally not feeling, right? Like personally, I don't feel like she should go through any more hell when I have been vindicated the world over, in comparison to people who like, you know, Brianna's killer's still out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think it's important for him to understand how important this is to the movement.
Yes. To our culture, period, to our race, to it. I think that's the reason why I'm upset with the fact that he doesn't want to go through. It's not about her anymore, and it is about her, but it's not about her anymore of what she's going through. It's about us. We're losing traction. We're losing ground. Every time they make an example out of us, we can't get that back. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's a lot to put on his shoulders. That's a lot for him to say. But the reality of it is that's why it's still 2020 and it keeps happening because of things like this. The moment it's time for court, the moment it's time to go and give your statements and do all of this, we back out. We back out because we don't want to do it for whatever the reason. And I think that's wrong. That's bad, especially for yourself, because the reality of it is, brother, you would not have been here. Let them police have rolled up on you and that woman was spitting that venom the way she was. You might not have been here. All of your privilege that you have as the person that you are, that you've built up, that you've gotten to, because he's on a level, right, to where he has all of this. He's amassed a lot. Not saying that he's any different than us, but he's up there. The same thing with you. You're not just the person from down 45 South. You know what I'm saying? like you you transitioned, right? You've transitioned to Ian L. Haddock, a force in the community, a community leader, somebody. So when you go to do something and something happens to you, and then all of a sudden Ian said, "Oh, well, you know what? I'm not doing that. She didn't suffer enough. She's all right." We're over here looking like she just tried to take you out of here, and you finna kumbaya with her. Like, I get it. I get it. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me warm and fuzzy. I get it, but no. Brother, me and you will not be friends anymore. I will still be, every time I talk to you or see you, I will be saying, you let her go. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing now. Y'all better check in. Y'all better check in because something ain't right. Somebody over there pulling some strings because something ain't right. Because I know doggone well. I know my brother too well. She wouldn't have made it. As a matter of fact, I would tell you that she probably wouldn't have made it past that part that day. You did what?
I'd have been in jail probably.
Yes. As the old folks say, under the jail. Okay.
Mhm.
You'd have been coming to visit me on Thursdays to put money on my books. Okay. I'd have been there. I'd have been there. But,
um,
so go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
no. You go ahead. You go ahead. I
So
was.
I want to ask this. I want to ask this. We're coming down to the ending of the show. But before you give your final thought, I want to ask you this. Do you think that Botham John's brother, Christian, um, the two ladies that was sitting front and center with Trump, voting for Trump, talking about everything that he was doing, Candace Owens, um, all these other people that are of color. Do you think that this is something that we have come to accept as a way for us to survive or live in this matrix, in this sunken place? Like what makes it okay for you to want to do this to your own people, or is it to yourself?
Well, I think a wonderful a wonderful example of that is our our Brista Kanye West.
Mm.
Uh, for a second, I want to
Did
talk
you
about
think this?
our Brista. Yeah, our Brista Kanye West, who's
Ooh.
I think his platform is on birthdays. Is that what it's called? I'm trying to find it. I think he's running the birthday platform
Oh,
because
really?
yeah, here it goes. Here it goes. Kanye West is one running on. Give me a second. I gotta find it. But basically, Kanye West is supposedly running for president,
Yeah.
and he is not. Oh, here it is. He says he definitely plans to run in 2020 versus his original plan in 2024. The campaign slogan is yes. His running mate, Michelle Tidball, an obscure preacher from Wyoming, and his platform is the birthday party. Why the birthday party? Because when we win, it's everybody's birthday. Um, that's what he told Forbes. So I
You know what? See, brother, you did that on purpose. You did that on purpose.
no, but we can't make this stuff up. That's the bad part. Like it's on Forbes right
Oh
now. I just
my
read
God.
it,
Oh my.
but I think that is a testament to people not caring. He also said something else that's really interesting. That he's okay with siphoning off black votes from the Democratic nominee, thus helping Trump. I'm not denying it. I just told you to say that the black vote is Democratic is a form of racism and white supremacy.
That you answer my. You know what? I can't even. The sunken place, the matrix. Y'all stay woke. Kanye West is not running for president because he wants to be president. He's running for president because he's going to take the votes away from the true candidate, right? The true candidate that's going to win. So in order for Trump to win, Trump cannot win on his own. He has to play these games and these tactics. You remember when Kanye West sat in that Oval Office with him talking that bull crap in the beginning. You think it didn't change? And what is
Yeah.
Kanye West going to do, but siphon off the 3 point something million people that he have following him to vote for him, so those votes don't go to a real candidate. Well, hell, you know what? President Trump is in, so those votes didn't go to a real candidate. And
But can I just, for my final thought, I just wanna read. I consider this the bullshit of the day. I want to read the quotables from this. It's about 10, but I'll read them real quick
okay,
if you don't mind.
we cool. Yeah, go ahead.
So I already said he's running under the birthday party with guidance from Elon Musk. That's the leader of Tesla. Um,
Here we go.
that he no longer supports President Trump. That he's never voted in his life. He's okay with siphoning off black votes. He was sick with COVID-19 in February. He's suspicious of a coronavirus vaccine, terming vaccines the mark of the beast. That he believes Planned Parenthoods have been placed inside cities by white supremacists to do the devil's work. And that he envisions, this is my favorite,
Mhm.
this is my favorite by far,
Mhm.
it's my favorite, that he envisions a White House organizational model based on the secret country of Wakanda and Black Panther.
But, brother, you know it's not good. You know it's not good when I'm at in the color purple at that dinner table. You know it's not good. You know it's not good. I sat in that jail. I sat in that jail. I nearby didn't rot to death.
Oh, I don't know what's going on in this world. Like, I.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not funny, but it is tickling the hell out of me.
Oh my gosh.
What are we gonna do, Jesus? See, this is why. This is why I tell my daughter, my niece, my nephews, my little cousin, for those that are coming up, y'all gotta stay woke. Don't take what the status quo is. There's always an agenda. Somebody is out there playing this. Somebody then wound that key up in the back of Kanye West and then sent him out there, and he just tick 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 because that's what he's used to. And I guarantee you that somebody down the road has done Kanye wrong, and Kanye feels that he has to get them back. He has to show them who I am. I'm gonna show y'all who I am. Y'all ain't gonna count me out. Watch this. I'm gonna go and start doing church services, and y'all gonna flock. I'm gonna go over here and do this, and y'all gonna do this. I'm gonna run for president, and y'all gonna flock. Y'all gonna flock. Be
Yeah,
careful.
he also received between 2 and 5 million through the Paycheck Protection Program for his company, and he's worth $1 billion. I'm done. I'm
We,
done.
we,
I'm done.
oh, Jesus, help it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look, I really don't even have uh look, this is all I can say, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get out. We got to get out. We got to come out of that sunken place. We got to come out of that matrix. We got to start seeing things for what they really are. There's no way for us to be in this world and continually watch what we see on social media and on all of these platforms and not be moved to do something. We need to continue, as my brother said earlier. We got to continue. You can't just get on here and post and give all the upset emojis you want to give and all of that kind of stuff. But y'all will flock, and I'm not gonna say y'all. I'm gonna say we all will flock to the naked pics, to the fighting videos, to all of this stuff like that. Take that same energy and take it to the polls. Take that same energy and don't just fall for the okie doke. Quit stopping with that clickbait. Every time something happens, that's what Kanye is. Kanye is clickbait because what he's going to do is he's going to come out. Now, why would he come out now? He just sat down all of a sudden and said, "Oh, I should run for president." No, he said, "No, they about to get you out of here, bro. They about to get you out of here, Cheeto. They about to get you out of here. So let me go do what I need to do." As long as you promise to make sure that I'm good, that I got what I have. And there is a difference, ladies and gentlemen, and I know people don't like to say that there is a difference between money and no money. When you have money, you're able to do a whole lot more and do a whole lot. When you don't have money like that, you cannot do that. That's why it's so hard for us to come up and do that. I'm done. I'm done. Look, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the 5 Fridays. Stay woke. Don't just take it for what it is. I gotta say that again. Wake up. Wake up. Come out of that sunken place. Stop thinking that this is something that's happening over across somewhere and it doesn't affect you. Everything that's happening right now, every dead black body that you have seen snuffed out, murdered in the street affects you. Regardless if you're half black, part black, 1/3 black, 1/3 of human, whatever, it affects you. So, ladies and gentlemen, get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Peace and blessings to you. Fire Fridays. I see y'all next Friday. Peace.